Alright, let's go. We're going to do a deck profile for Blue Eyes. I got Master with this deck. The stream should already be up. If it's not up, the stream will be up very soon. You can watch me get into Master and ladder from Diamond to Master with this. So, 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon. Why not 3? I really don't like drawing the third one. It just infuriates me. So 2. 2 Effect Veiler. This card's great. You can even search it. You don't really need 3 because you're going to have Dominus Purge and Imperm in here as well. And I found like 3 was bricky. There were a lot of games where I bricked hand traps. 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. Normal summon it. Add a level 1 Light Tuner from your deck to your hand, except Sage with Eyes of Blue. Discard this card. Target an effect monster you control. Send it to the grave. And if you do, special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. That you won't do very often. You can only use this effect Sage with Eyes Blue once per turn. The normal summon, add a level 1 Light Tuner. That's amazing because typically you're going to be searching this if you don't have it, but sometimes you'll search Veiler. The fact that you can search Veiler is insane. 3 Maiden a White. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, place a True Light from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell or trap card zone. If you special summon Blue-Eyes White Dragon while this card's in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card. That'll come up a lot. When a card or effect is activated that targets this card in the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack, quick effect, you can special summon 1 Blue-Eyes White Dragon or 1 level 1 Light Tuner from your graveyard. That effect you can actually trigger with Mausoleum, so very good, and you'll see that in probably some of the replays and also the live stream. 2 Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Flubus. If we're going second, we want as many resources as possible. 3 Burl. We are running the Primite engine in this. Drill Beam has won us so many games. Like, this card is spicy. I love the Primite engine. So, if this card is normal summon, you can set a Primite spell or trap from your deck. That's actually broken. We'll show you why very soon. You can only use each of the following effects of Primite, Dragon, Ether, Burl once per turn. Tribute this card, send 1 normal monster from your deck to your graveyard, and during your standby phase, if you have a normal monster in your field or graveyard, you can add this card from your deck to your hand, so it recurs itself, it lets you dump Blue Eyes to the grave, and it searches for more Primite spell and traps, which we're going to get into in a moment, but trust me, it is busted. 1 Bysteel Magma Hut. Everything we're playing is light. It's a dragon. It searches dragons. But we're running it. 1 Nibiru. Just 1. Cards come in clutch when I need it, though. 3 Wishes for Eyes of Blue. It's discard 1 card, add 1 level 1 Light Tuner, and 1 spell or trap that mentions Blue-Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, except Wishes for Eyes of Blue. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 Blue-Eyes White Dragon you control, equip 1 Blue-Eyes monster from your extra deck to it as an equip spell. You can only use each effect of Wishes for Eyes of Blue once per turn. So this card is amazing. Typically what I'll do is I'll go Wishes, search Sage, search most of the time Roar, and then summon Sage, play Maiden, or summon Sage, get Maiden, play Maiden, and that just is a really good 1-card combo. It's even better if you have Called By or Cross Out in your hand and you don't have to worry about Ash. If they Veiler this, most of the time I'm just like, okay, cool. Next we have Roar. So, Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons, special summon in defense position, 1 Blue-Eyes White Dragon from your deck, graveyard, or banishment. But if you control no Blue-Eyes White Dragons, you can only special summon Blue-Eyes White Dragon with this effect. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except Dragon Monster, so you're locked into Dragon, but that's fine. You can banish this card from your graveyard, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including a Blue-Eyes monster. Very good card, you really only need 1. 1 Mausoleum of White. This is just decent in general because you can target your maiden with it, and it lets you dump a blue eye. So during your main phase, you can normal summon one level 1 light tuner in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. That effect is really awesome, and you will actually use it quite a bit. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster you control, send one normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, the targeted monster gains attack and defense equal to the level the monster sent to the graveyard, times 100, so it's going to be 8, because you're going to be dumping Blue Eyes. Even if this card leaves the field. So, really useful. Sometimes if your opponent just stops everything you're going to play, and you need to end on something, you can just link summon your Sage or your Effect Veiler or whatever you're desperate enough to link summon into Spirit with Eyes. Get the Mausoleum of White, activate the effect, dump the Blue Eyes, and then sacrifice the Spirit to summon the Blue Eyes. 3 Primite Lordly Load. You can search this with Primite Dragon Ether Burl. When it's activated, you can add a Primite card from your deck to your hand, except Lordly Load. So you can be adding your Drill Beam, most likely. Sometimes you'll add Burl, but most of the time you go right for Drill Beam. You can declare one normal monster card name, special summon one declare normal monster for your hand, deck, or grave in defense. And you cannot activate the effects of special summoned monsters on the field this turn. Notice how it says activate the effect. So if it's a continuous effect, like Tyrant Dragons, unaffected by a trap card or effects, that still works. I just want to point that out. You can only use each effect to Lordly Load once per turn, and on top of that, normal monster and Primate monsters you control gain 300 attack for each normal monster with a different name in your graveyard. So Burl can be a whopping 19 with that bonus from Blue Eyes. So Lordly Load, decent card. 2 Super Poly. I'm tired of the mirror, and in the mirror match, I'm actually running 2 Tyrant Dragons and extra. I actually tested this in my stream. It worked great. You're not going to see it in the replays, but you will see it in the stream. So it's just 1 Blue Eyes and 1 Dragon Monster. Even if your opponent's like running the Primite, you can just fusion summon like their Blue Eyes and their Burl and just be like, here's my Tyrant Dragon. And what's even better, it's just any Blue-Eyes White Dragon plus a Dragon Monster. You can actually fusion away their problematic cards with this, and they can't respond to it to negate it. So like, there has been a situation where I fusioned away an Ultimate Spirit Dragon with their Blue Eyes on board. This is great for the mirror. For when we don't play against the mirror, we have Garara and we have Mud Dragon. It's actually been decent for a board breaker so far. We used it against Centurion on the stream. 2 called by, 1 cross out, 1 drill beam. You can run 2 if you want. I think 1 is enough because it recurs itself. So to reveal a Primate card or normal monster in your hand, except drill beam. Or if you control a normal monster or a level 5 or higher Primate monster, except a token, you can activate this effect without revealing a card. Target 1 face-up card in the field, negate its effects, and if you do, banish it. During your main phase, if you control a Primate monster, you can set this card from your graveyard. The fact that it recurs itself is insane. This card is so good. Just being able to banish something away and negate, I love it. 3 Imperm. 1 Ultimate Creature of Destruction. So basically, you target a Blue Eyes you control. That face-up monster is unaffected by its own card effects. Sorry, by card effects except for its own. So your Blue-Eyes White Dragon or your Blue-Eyes monster is just completely safe. Can't be destroyed by battle, and any monster that battles it is destroyed at the end of the damage step, and that doesn't target. So like, you can do this during damage calculation to get rid of some of those hard to remove untargetable monsters. When this card is in your graveyard, if you normally special summon a Blue-Eyes White Dragon, you can set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of the Ultimate Creature of Destruction once per turn. This card is very decent. I recommend running 1. 2 Dominus Purge. If your opponent controls a card, you can activate it from your hand. When a card or effect is activated that includes effect that adds cards from the deck to the hand, negate that effect, and then if you have a trap in your graveyard, destroy that card. If you activated this card from your hand, you cannot activate the effects of Water, Dark, or fire monsters for the rest of the duel. That includes Ash, unfortunately, but we don't care about that. Dominus Purge is amazing. You only activate one Dominus Purge per turn. One Majesty of the White Dragons. It show up to 3 Blye-Eyes White Dragon in your hand, face up monster zone or graveyard. Destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. Banish it from your graveyard. Ritual summon a ritual monster from your hand by attributing Blue-Eyes White Dragons from your hand whose field or field whose level is equal its level. You can only use each effect of Majesty of White Dragons once per turn. Yeah, it's aight. We use it sometimes. It comes in clutch occasionally. So super poly targets, we got Mud Dragon, we got Garara. For the mirror, you got Blue-Eyes Tyrant. Blue-Eyes Tyrant is good because you can easily bring him out with Eyes of Blue by equipping a Neo Blue-Eyes to something and then sacrificing the Neo Blue-Eyes and the Blue-Eyes. That's what I typically do. And it brings out Tyrant, which it's amazing. So let's get into it. Must first either be fusion summoned or special summoned from the extra deck by attributing one Blue-Eyes White Dragon equipped with a fusion monster, unaffected by trap cards or their effects. I love that. Can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Once per turn at the end of the damage step, if this card battled, you can target one trap in your graveyard and set it. I love using that to loop Dominus Purge or loop Imperm. One Neo Blye-Eyes Ultimate, you're typically never going to fusion summon this, but sometimes you might, so we're going to go over its effects. You do use the second effect quite a bit, though. At the end of the damage step, if this fusion summon card attacked, and this is the only face-up card you control, you can send one Blue-Eyes fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. This card can attack again in a row. You can use this effect of Neo Blue-Eyes Ultimate Dragon twice per turn. The effect we care about is when a card or effect is activated that targets a Blue-Eyes monster you control. Quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Why is that relevant? Because we're going to be using Wishes for Eyes of Blue to equip it to our Blue-Eyes to go into Tyrant to dump this to the grave, so you have an extra negate. One Michael the Arch Lightsworn. This card has won me games, and this is one of my buddy Kyle. Shout out to Kyle. He would tech this in his Blue-Eyes deck, and it would just give me like flashbacks to playing against this, because this card's really annoying for your opponent to deal with. It's once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points, target one card in the field, front row or back row, and banish it. If there's a problem on the board and you need it gone and you have no other options, there's Michael for that. When this card is destroyed, you can target any number of other Lightsworn monsters in your grave. You won't do that. Shuffle them into the grave. And if you do, gain 300 for each. You won't do that. Once per turn during end phase, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the deck. Oh, so of your deck to the graveyard. What am I saying? But I love Michael. He's great. One Blue-Eyes Spirit Dragon. It's one tuner and one or more non-tuner Blue-Eyes monsters. So neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. That's okay. Once per turn, when an effect or card in the graveyard is activated, you can negate. If you have 2 of these, you can do that twice. Quick effect, you contribute this card, the Synchro Summon card, special summon 1 Light Dragon Synchro monster for your extra deck in defense, except Blue-Eyes Spirit Dragon, but destroy it during the end phase. So most of the time, you're going to go into Ultimate Spirit Dragon. Sometimes you'll go into Michael during your turn if you need to, or you will Blue-Eyes Spirit Dragon into Ultimate, and if you have a second Blue-Eyes Spirit Dragon, go into Crimson Dragon, use Crimson Dragon's effect, return it, and get you our next card, which is Stardust Cypher Divine Dragon, which you're never going to summon it normally. It's 1 Tuner Synchro monster plus 2 non-Tuner Synchro monsters. But we don't care, we just Crimson Dragon it out. Must be Synchro Summoned. The first time each card you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, and it's not destroyed. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can negate that effect, and if you do, destroy 1 card in the field. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 level 8 or lower Stardust monster in your graveyard. special summon it. So this card's insane. You're going to use Crimson Dragon to bring it out. If you don't know Crimson Dragon by now, it's if it's special summon, you can add spell or trap that mentions it from your deck to your hand. But I really care about the quick effect, which is you target a level 7 or higher synchro monster in the field, except Crimson Dragon. Return this card to the extra deck, and if you do special summon one dragon synchro monster from your extra deck with the same level as the targeted monster. This is 12. This is 12. Finally, Blye-Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. Your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard. You can use each of the following effects once per turn, and it's 2+ tuners and 1 non-tuner Blue-Eyes monster. Most of the time you're just going to be making it with Spirit Dragon. So when a card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do it gains 1,000 attack till the end of the turn. Keep in mind you can only do that once. And then if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one light dragon monster from your graveyard, except Blue-Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. So you can bring back fun things. Like, if this was properly summoned, you can bring this out. And that's just really fun. And we're running the one Indigo Eyes. And it's because of the first effect on it that says, if this card is XYZ summoned, you can negate the effects of all your opponent's face-up cards that they currently control. So it can't attack directly unless it has a normal monster's material. That's fine. We make this with 2 Blue-Eyes anyway. You can only use each of the following effects. We already went over that if it's XYZ, negate everything, which that's insane. But the other effect is you can detach a material from this card, target a normal monster in your graveyard or banishment, special summon it, and if you do, it gains 1,000. So you can actually make it with Blue-Eyes Tyrant and Blue-Eyes, and then get the second Blue-Eyes and make it gain 1,000 to have 4,000 attack cards on board. Spirit with Eyes of Blue. 1 level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster monster. If you're desperate, you can make this with Valor. You cannot special summon monsters except dragon monsters while you got this. So you can only use each of the effects of Spirit once per turn. And it's Link Summon. You can take Mausoleum White from your deck, add it to your hand, send it to the grave. Most of the time we add it. You can tribute summon this card, special summon 1 Blue-Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. But if you do... but if you special summon an effect monster from your graveyard by this effect, it cannot attack and its effects are negated. Most of the time you're just special summoning Blue-Eyes, so it's fine. And then finally, Little Light. And that's it. I'm going to leave you guys with replays. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed watching me get master with it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Alright, let's get into those replays. We're going to do a couple of Blue-Eyes replays. We're going to get into why I did what I did. This was a weird one. I played against Flu and Diamond. I couldn't believe that the birds were back. And I had to deal with them again. That was insane. I got a great hand, though. So they're going to do that, which means, okay, it's Flu. I don't want them to get their pick. I'm going to stop that. They're going to go ahead and continue to go off anyway. And I'm just like, great. We're still going to bird up. They just keep birding. There's nothing I can do. The fact that they added a Harpy Lady is hilarious. There's good old Burl. Burl, Lordly Load, Primite, bam. Set 4. I'm like, alright, do your worst, birds. I'm just gonna be like, no, we're getting rid of that. They're gonna do more things, and I'm just like, oh, great. Here comes the annoying thing. They really just want to do damage. I'm like, oh, you really don't like Burrow that much. Okay. And then play another copy of the field spell. I'm like, bad. So I just needed to be able to activate, so I did that. I didn't actually care about if they had Ash or not. I just needed to be able to do stuff. The fact that they banished load was really annoying. I'm like, okay, I can play the game now. I have to play around the big bird, but that's okay. They just said, oh, well, we'll see you on next Tuesday. And I'm like, oh. I'm taking the Maxi challenge here. Hey, look, it's Michael. So, I can't activate the effect, but the floating effect to still attack is there. You can do it. I was like, I'm going to take the Maxi challenge, and I won. What else was it? Oh, let's show when I played against Stun. This was interesting. When Dominus purged that, I didn't really remember what this did. I just remember seeing 7th Tachyon equal bad. There's Dinah. And like, someone's in the kitchen with you, and they're like, no. So I have Blue-Eyes in my grave, and they're just gonna be like, yeah, no, you're not doing that. And then I get hit with the barrier statue. I'm like, this is bad. What am I gonna do here? We're just gonna try. I'm like, okay, it's a little bit struggle bus, but we're getting there. We're gonna pop him, because we're just like, yep. And after that, they didn't have anything else, so I won. But thankfully we got rid of the stun deck. And I'm gonna show playing against Azamina. And I think with that in the stream, you'll have plenty of replays to go over. And live matches where you can see my thinking process and me constantly looping Primite Beam to save my butt. Speaking of which, there it is. Not a great opening hand. I was like, okay, now I'm happy I have double called by. I'm just doing shenanigans. We're just instantly gonna do stuff and it gets called by, and I'm like, okay, that's fair. They didn't have anything, so we're fine. The fact that they cycloned us really hurt. There's that second called by. Maiden of White, such a good card. The fact that I can set it if it's like in the grave. But not, I don't think I can do it from Banished, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter, we got there. Alright, you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more Let's Plays and Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Bye-bye.